Good morning, Tucson, Arizona. Welcome, Pima County. This is the Fresh Start International Radio Show, 106.3 The Groove, with Dr. Damon T. Holt. And Dr. Holt is back in Detroit in the school system teaching trauma resilience. So we do not have a pipeline going from the school system in Detroit, Michigan to the prisons in Detroit, Michigan. And that's what he's working on, and he's doing it throughout the country. We just got into Kansas State Penitentiary to do trauma workshops for the people being released. This is extraordinary how we are moving throughout the country into different areas, into the schools, all the areas of the pipelines, poverty to prison pipeline, school to prison pipeline, the homelessness to prison pipeline. And we're making an effect right here in Tucson, Arizona through Fresh Start International on all of those things because of the events that we attend, because of the events that we put on, and because of the presence that we bring to every one of these events. And we thank you for joining us this morning on Fresh Start International Radio Show. Now let's make some announcements. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see the sign up there that has the Fresh Start International Facebook, the fresh-start.international webpage. And on both of those, if you go to them, all of the flyers are live with the QR codes right now for the Fresh Start Expo, which is going to be on October 18th. And it's going to be from 9 to 1 in the morning at the TCC, the Tucson Convention Center, on the ground floor. And we're going to have the whole bottom floor, and half of the building is going to be resources set up for jobs, behavioral health, housing, all of those things we're going to have there. But especially because of what Fresh Start does, we're going to have the judges from the Superior Court, from the City Court, from the Justice Court. If you have issues with warrant resolution, juvenile record, and marijuana expungement, if you need SNAP, staff, access, housing support, employment opportunities, resume help, and job search, the people are going to be there to help you. And we just went to an event this past week with the Second Chance Job Fair, which was loaded with resources and not just jobs. So that is going to be our expo, October 18th. The flyers are live on Facebook and on the website. Register for the event as a participant or as a vendor. Now, our big event that's coming up is our fundraiser, and we are looking to expand the reach of Fresh Start. And the only way for us to be able to do that is to have paid employees. We have all been volunteers since the very beginning putting this on. We have hired people over that period of time to do contract work for us, but there is no full-time paid employee for Fresh Start International, and we actually need 1 to 2 paid employees in order to move this forward. We'd like to expand past that because there's so much more we want to do. There's so much more Dr. Holt wants to do. We want to bring the trauma workshops into the prisons, the federal prison, the state prison. Anybody being released, we want them to have that workshop before they are released so they have tools to approach the triggers which are inevitably going to confront them upon their release. Now, this is Tom Cortese. I am the co-host of the Fresh Start International Show, and my dear, dear friend William Bryant is here with me because I can't go anyplace without him because he makes me look good because he's always dressed well, he always speaks well, and he just makes me look good hanging on the side, right? So I'm going to bring William in to say hi, talk about the event coming up. But first, I'd like you to talk about the Second Chance event because you had a chance to go to virtually every table there.
Absolutely.
And talk to the people that were at those tables. I mean, I got to talk to the people coming in, the participants, the people that needed the resources. I know you talked to a lot of them, but you talked to all the vendors. The job vendor, every last one of them. What was your impression of the people there at the Second Chance?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say glory be to God.
Amen.
For allowing the guy the opportunities to be sitting at certain tables. But secondly is that Dr. Holt went to the hometown from DET, from the Mitten.
Oh, here we go.
We from the Mitten, and that was a place that a guy arrived from coming to Tucson. And I relished the opportunity of going back one day to be able to see people and introduce myself to people and bring T and Dr. Holt and the guys that a guy had a chance to be and see people that's just like me, in a position just like me. And I would like to just wait one quick thing. I was given a natural life sentence at a young age.
Come on.
And this young age propelled me into being where I'm at right now.
Say it, bro. It's 14
And
years old. At 14 years old, he was given a natural life sentence and had to serve 40 years.
And I have not changed a beat since that. Because the guys, when we get a chance to go back to Michigan or going into these federal prisons or going into these state prisons, these are the guys that we're going to have a chance to see that I always say coming into our orientation spills is, do you know anybody or have ever met anybody that was doing a natural life without the possibility of parole and was never getting out? And anybody that's been incarcerated know those people and they have a different life. Well, I have been given the opportunity of a fresh start. A fresh
Come on now.
start. And this fresh start has led me a campaign to be able to fight for the lifers without the possibility of parole. Be able to fight for the guys that don't know what it is at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
To be able to see guys and deal with guys that just don't feel like they got a chance. Well, this is the chance sitting in front of you. This is why Dr. Holt went to Detroit, Michigan right now to put on for that city, to put on for him in the city where he came from, which is Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
And he has been a trailblazer, not only for the less fortunate, but for the ones that don't have a voice. And this is what I wanted to speak on with this Second Chance Job Fair that just went on a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was so complex to think that these people is willing to give you a chance of saying what you need.
Yeah.
What you looking for?
Yeah.
And I got a picture here of over 35 vendors and over 50 different cards that said, whatever it is you looking for, we can help you with. And I'm talking about from entertainment all the way to healthcare, to telephones, to food, to whatever you think you need. They had it set up. And it's for us, man. So what that did to me for the past 2 years I've been going to them is I met with Black Rhino that was there.
Yeah.
I had a meeting with him Thursday.
Yeah.
And what he told me was, he said, I would like to meet with you guys because what y'all doing, I heard about through somebody else. So we reaching ears that I didn't even know. I went to a job fair and met a guy that heard us and said, hey, man, how can I be a part of this, man?
Yeah, we had people registering for the October event all day long, you know, and couldn't believe that you guys bring out the judges. You guys bring out the judges on a weekend to do what? Yeah, to do
Absolutely.
that. You know, do you guys help with DMV? Yeah, we help with DMV. Do you help with fines? Yeah, we help with fines. Can we get our rights back? Yeah, you can get your rights back. We're talking about that all the time, bro. You know, 200,000 people in the state of Arizona without voting rights because of a felony conviction, when all we got to do is put the paperwork in and get you before a judge, and we can change every election. If you have 200,000 votes in the state of Arizona, there is nothing on any ballot that you can't change with that number of votes. And you can change the sentencing code, bro.
That's where it's
because
at.
you can vote people into office that have a heart for people who have made mistakes that shouldn't be life sentences, bro. They should be life lessons, right? And how many people did we see? Now participants, how many people did we see participants?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, we started a little slow, and then it just
blew up.
Boom. And I mean, we had 3, 4, 5 people at the table, and every one of those tables, that's the other thing, bro. Every one of them tables, there's 2, 3 people at them tables from that organization, and they're staying there all day.
Absolutely.
They started at 10 and they didn't leave until 4.
They didn't leave
right?
until
after
4:30.
4. Yeah, after 4 because you got to tear it down, and there were still people there at 4. There were still people coming in at 3:55.
It was a guy told me, T. He said, damn, man, y'all got food here? Damn, man. I mean, y'all got everything, man.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about it. When somebody can sit there and be welcome to a table to eat, sitting there to be welcome to get their hair braided, get a facial, you got people that was doing everything possible to try to reach the people that were less fortunate or the people that was looking for a fresh start. And that's what this is all about. When a guy can sit there and say, what is it that you saw and what is it that you seen and made you feel a difference about it? And T, I can say this part. I met a lady named Vivian Chapter that was there. I was trying to find her on the phone.
Right.
But she doing a thing that is a virtual thing for guys getting out of the penitentiary. And they having the chance to come see her. And what she'll do is put them on virtual from the laptop moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got somebody that's willing to do something for you that you can't even do for yourself.
Yeah.
She's almost doing a bio for you.
Yeah. Let me ask you this question, bro. Coming out of prison, seeing what the technology was when you walked out compared to when you walked in, how hard was it?
I'm still adapting right now.
Right. And it's been 3 years?
It's been 3 years.
It's
I'm
been
still
3
adapting.
years, yeah. And that's just like cell phone, laptop.
I literally, like, I don't know it all with the cell phones or the tablets, but I literally went to a place about a month ago that you had to use your phone.
Yeah.
You had to use the QR code to do this, and this. So I got the QR code set up, but it's extra things to it. Didn't know how to do it.
Right. Right. And you know Annette.
Absolutely,
Annette
yeah.
worked with DKA for years. Now she's with Sage Counseling. Just an absolutely extraordinary human being with an incredible heart. And she deals with people calling her up that they're stuck in a Walmart at the checkout.
And I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
And they're stuck at the checkout because the technology is too beyond them. And she'll talk them through it, or she'll go down there and help them through it. You know, I mean, we'll do that for anybody.
My
bro.
PSR on what he just said is what she did for me. I couldn't figure it out. I had her number. I called her, and she didn't answer the first time. But the second time, she picked up and was like, yeah, what's going on? I ran everything down to her. My number one thing is put yourself out there, man. Tell the truth, man. Hey, I need help. Let me say this
Come
again.
on, bro. Say it.
I need help.
Yeah,
Travion was just here a couple of, when was he here?
3 weeks.
About 3 weeks ago. And he was like, Tucson, let's get it. His voice resonates to people and let them know that, hey, I need help. Come to me, I got you. And that's what we about. Fresh Start is about helping the ones that can't help themselves in the aspect of, I did not know how to use this laptop, and I got with somebody that said, I'm finna walk you through it right now. I own my PCR sitting here right now. I'm allowed right now to be able to go with T, where we finna be going into prisons and I'm gonna be doing things. I'm gonna have a vehicle to be able to navigate through things because of my PCR and my peer certification, that I'm gonna be able to help people that I can say, I didn't understand, but now I see it. So it's something all the way around that me reaching out, being able to say I need help is the best thing that I could have done.
That's what it's all about, bro. I could not have said it better, because unless you are humble enough and have enough humility to actually know that you can't do it on your own, you're never going to do it. If you don't acquiesce to thinking that you got the know-it-all to get this done, okay? Because you never have, because you've been locked up. You got locked up one time, bro.
No doubt.
But how many people you know been locked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times
I've seen too many guys come back that I stopped counting.
in the period of time that you were still in? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Why is that, bro? Why is that? Because they won't open their mouth and ask for the help that they need. Because they're scared, and I'm going to say it, because you're scared to say that you feel like you're not equipped to do that. You know what? You're not.
Put it out.
You never have been.
Put it out.
Learn how to do it to begin with,
lesson.
and then you're going to do it from then on, man. But guess games and no experience at doing something that you need experience doing, bro, it don't work, bro. It gets you back in the box because you get frustrated. And what happens when you get frustrated?
goodness.
You get discouraged. And if you get discouraged, you start thinking you're in a setback and you got to catch up because you got all this lost time and you need to
Absolutely.
catch up for lost time. And in order to get in a place that you should be, had you been out the whole
Ain't
time,
no doubt about it.
right?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Come on, man.
Ain't no
You
doubt
can't
about it,
you
man.
can't make everything come back in a day that left in 40 years. That left in 2 years. You can't change your life around in a minute, when you took 18 years to form it.
Absolutely.
And you're stuck in a way of thinking, stuck in a way of doing things. We see it all the time, bro. When we sit in that room for the orientation, you see the dudes all folded up with the sunglasses on, hat on, and they don't want nothing. Whatever you people
my
got
goodness.
to say, you can't
Hey,
help
ain't
me
no
because
doubt
I
about
got
it.
this
Keep it
handled,
to
man.
yourself.
And you know what? What is it? Over 100 people every month are going back to the
back to
joint
back.
on violations because they won't open their mouth, bro. And what is it the POs tell us? They won't communicate.
They won't communicate.
If you communicate, you're not going back to the joint. You'll go into a program. You'll go and get resources. You'll go to the hospital, bro.
Absolutely.
But we won't put you
We're not
back in
barking.
prison if you're going to ask for help,
Oh my goodness.
right?
man.
And that's a different parole system than I knew, bro. Because when I walked out, it was the banker box and a bunch of rules, and you do it. And we're going to talk
And
to
we
you
gon-
any way we want. We're going to treat you any way we want because anything you say or do, we'll violate you and put you back in.
right back in the box.
Right. And that's the old dinosaur mentality. They
Mm.
don't have that mentality anymore. And they're wondering why we, as people getting out, keep wanting to go back because they're offering all these opportunities.
Ain't no doubt.
Right? Out at the PCR, they got those 2 programs on there. We got a room
No,
full of
resources, man.
right? That all you got to do is say, man, first and foremost, bro, if you're coming out of the joint and you need MAT services, what the hell were you doing in the joint,
Ain't no doubt.
right? If you need medicated assisted treatment after 5 years in prison, what's happening with our prison system?
Absolutely.
Why don't
Absolutely.
we have TSA scanners at the front gate of
Ain't
every
no doubt.
prison system,
Ain't no
bro,
doubt.
and make everybody entering the complex go through it? And I'll tell you what, they don't want to do that because the people that are going to get busted aren't the ones that are in the cells.
It's the ones that's working in
Come on now.
the jail.
Come on, because it's coming from somewhere, bro.
Absolutely.
And all those cell phones, we just saw a video of a person being beaten on a yard here in Tucson with a cell phone that was illegal for them to have. They're filming this assault all the way across the yard. What was it, 7 minutes?
Almost.
Never staff. Never staff the whole 7 minutes. An open yard, bro. And nobody stepping in.
Ain't no way possible that that's even comprehensible in a person saying if they wasn't behind it, they had something to do with it.
That's real, bro. You did 40.
Absolutely.
I did close to 30, bro.
Mhm.
That stuff doesn't happen
No,
without staff
absolutely.
coming
Absolutely.
after like a minute or 2 minutes. You
Mhm.
know, 7 minutes, nobody. And that dude got hit with locks and all sorts of
Mm.
stuff, bro. And no help, no sanctuary in the prison, no safety in the prison.
Man.
No programs in the prison. We
prison.
keep getting letters, bro, from the federal joint, from the state joint, that the programs that they are offering in there are, there's none in the federal joint.
Mm-hmm.
On their tablet, they have no programs. The state penitentiary, on their tablet, multiple programs, bro. Multiple programs that are they doing them? Who knows, bro? That's the thing. The federal prison, no programs on the tablet.
Absolutely.
And they are completely at the mercy of staff in order to go to the library, in order to go to the law library, in order to get any of the programming that they have, like AA, Celebrate Recovery, any of those. Short of staff, we can't do it. You know what? I've been getting letters that short of staff, we can't do it, has been going on since March for programming in
Oh,
the
my
federal
goodness.
prison. And then they'll tell them that the programming has opened back up.
Right.
And then lockdown, it's gone again. So, bro, something's got to change. We have to be able to get people working on their freedom when they get locked up. We got to get people to start working on getting back out here well before they get back out here. The RSAT program, the peer
Oh, my
support
goodness.
specialists,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
of those
that's-
things. They're at individual units, bro, and they only cater to a small number of the population. And when you got 30,000 people in prison and there's only like 1,000 of them that are being helped by this program, then maybe you should expand the program,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it should go into the other security levels, and maybe you should put it on the tablets or on the TV. Because if everybody's sitting there watching the TV, why don't you
Oh,
run
my
it?
goodness.
Run the program on there.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
That's so real, man.
So anyway, I'm sorry I get off on a tangent every so often, but here's the thing. There are so many people out here in the community that want to offer programs. They want to offer vocational training. They want to offer education with Pell Grants, with all of the WIOA. I got it sitting right here in front of me.
Yes.
The WIOA is absolutely incredible. And there's a whole list of places that offer certification training that will be paid for by the government because you come from
Absolutely.
a disenfranchised group. And one of the programs is the peer support program at the University of Arizona. And they have it at all these other agents. It's also that you can take it at there. Bro, I mean, with all of these people lined up to give us help, why are we not getting the help?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Tell me, bro.
The number one thing that I feel like is the stance of the people that are behind the scene. You know, there's no way I can sit there and say that this guy's helping me do this and I never get invited to the table to be able to participate in what's going on. I can't participate if I don't got a chance to talk. I can't participate if I ain't got a chance to be there. So if we cannot get the help with these votes, like in some states right now, the votes are already, you're allowed to vote before you get out.
Yeah.
It's already set up for you.
Washington, Vermont, and Maryland, they do not take your voting rights away. And there's 24 states that immediately restore them upon your release. So, yeah. And the Declaration, bro, it
No
says
way.
we have inalienable rights.
Absolutely.
Inalienable rights. You can't take them away. So why are we?
Where we are.
Why are we? As long as somebody has the mental capacity to vote, why shouldn't they
Why
be
should
able to vote? Because I'm going to tell you right now, bro,
Regardless of the
there's millions
circumstances,
upon
yeah.
millions of
Yeah.
people that don't have the mental faculties to vote that are voting,
Ain't no doubt.
right? Because nobody's got them in check. They're not locked up in a cell. They're at an address in the city. But they're stone cold crazy, bro. And you see it every night on the
Oh,
TV.
my goodness,
You
every
see it
day.
every night on the news. You know,
Oh,
we
my
got
goodness.
crazy people running around, destroying lives. How do we change it, bro? How do we change it? We use our voice, bro.
Absolutely.
You've heard me talk about it before, how important it was for me to get my voting rights back. And I was speaking to somebody at lunch about it today. That little sticker
Ain't no doubt.
says, I voted today. You have no idea what that means, bro,
impact, yeah.
until you're the guy that doesn't have it on and somebody asks you, why don't you have
Why
your
you-
sticker? Why didn't you vote?
Ain't no doubt.
Why aren't you part of the process? Why aren't you letting your voice be heard? I mean, it's like I talk about, you know, the voting in Tucson, Arizona, bro, and we got how many people? We got 1 million people in Arizona, and there's only 100,000 people voting? What? 1/10 of the people care about what happens
Absolutely.
in Tucson. 9/10 of the people don't. 90% of the people don't care what happens in Tucson. People, you need to register to vote. You need to get out and vote. And you need to push the vote. And you need to get out there and go door to door and get the people who believe in what you believe and push them forward.
And that is one thing I got a shout out for this guy named Ridge Wilson
Yeah.
that helped me get my flagger certification.
Amen. There
I
you
just
go.
got that the other day.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
he has an event going on with skateboarding for the youth, for the children, and it's a phenomenal thing. He's been putting it on now for 2 years, I think. And I talked to Dr. Holt and let him know that this is a beautiful thing for the community, the children. Let's push something like that because he is about safety.
Amen, bro. That's great. And here we go. It goes so quick. And please, open your mouth, ask for the help that you need, and you'll get it because there's people standing in line to help you. Get your fresh start. Happy day and God bless.